Against Scout, I think the spinner's probably important. The recruit's fine. I don't think we keep the burn and pillage though. This will be new since we're not used to playing Archer. I'm kind of not sure what to mulligan here. So we're going off of instinct entirely.
What have we here?
On the plus side, we have a pretty decent curve the rest of the way through. Got some 2s, some 3, well, L3, some 4s, Jarl.
If I fall,
Part of me wants to just start instinctively saying Jarl, because I think it might be funny. Alright, we could Courier here, which technically saturates. Or, but that basically like feeds this a 2-for-1. Or we can Fighters Guild and hope they trade. I think it's that.
If I fall,
That's the only way we're going to attempt to get damage through sooner. Now if he turns around and like witches this or something, that's going to suck, but if not, then we at least get to poke him. Again, that life lead's kind of important if we want to play Jarl on curve.
I would protect
I wonder if I keep saying Jarl if I can trigger people. It would
my scales move
be
in shadow.
moderately funny. Is this really worth the spinner right now? The alternative is a bat. I mean, it's basically got to be one of these two, right? So the pros to the spinner is that the spinner, if I poke it, essentially trades and also ensures that it never grows. Then I don't have the spinner for later. The bat gives me more of a health lead and trades. I might even be able to count him into trading into the bat, thus securing more health. There's probably not a better time to play the bat, so... Him swinging her for 4 would put him relatively like far ahead if I was going to play the spinner and try to trade in terms of the health lead, whereas the bat, if it survives, gains us the health back to kind of keep up, which is more important if we want to play Jarl on curve. If we want to be triumphant.
The path is dry and clear.
Alright. Well, we're doing this either way. So again, now we've got a couple of different options. I mean, we could poke it and silence it and then still swing in. Could Kinsman and whatever, right? Like, Kinsman's probably going to be a play. But I also feel like the other play is Witch here. That allows us to gain some health. Kill this without the bat dying. And then Kinsman to further try to secure the health lead here for Jarl next turn. Oh, you sneaky witch! I mean, we lose the witch, but we traded, so...
Praise to our unholy matron.
Oh. Alright. See, now that Earthbone Spinner is that much more important that we saved it, right? So
my scales move in shadow.
we have that. So we have Jarl as an option. He technically doesn't trigger till 7, but if he plays a ramp card next turn, then that guy goes off. Because my initial instinct is to spinner here, because that takes him to 4, and then if this attacks in here, or if he makes this trade here, that puts him at 1. If this trades here, that puts him at 1, and then our Pyromancer could clear the board next turn, but that's assuming he doesn't play something that ramps. So I actually think that think we have to Earthbone this turn, even though it means kind of a later turn on the Jarl. I mean, I guess we could just Jarl and then force him to make trades in Pyromancer. Right? I think at this point we actually might... It might be in our best interest to try to potentially...
They make it too easy.
Oh yeah, see, we can live with that, I think. Baby, pull me closer. Dude, I've had that song stuck in my head all day. So, you, Tavarish. In the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford, like that tattoo on your shoulder. Alright, so what do we got next turn? Well, the downside, though, is that this guy... I cannot get him low enough to kill it
My scales
with the pyro.
shadow.
But we could set up a really decent burn and pillage in a couple of turns here. But we're going to take a lot of damage as a result. Ugh. None of these are very good. That at least reduces the amount of damage I'm about to eat to the face. Shit, I played that backwards. That's a play mistake. I needed the Pyromancer first and then Spinner, because now that's going to have one extra damage on it that's unnecessary. I mean, I guess it's not like the worst deal in the world, but... Alright, so we can take as much as 14, which isn't horrible. That only takes us to 21. Thank you, Werebat. And, Burn and Pillage would still kill everything but the Cut Purse next turn. Potentially the Cut Purse if this is still alive.
They make it too easy.
Your reckoning is at hand.
Actually, that might have been a play mistake too. Yep. I was just thinking that if I would have played that over here, it probably would have de-incentivized him playing anything over there.
My scales move in shadow.
Well, I don't think it's going to get much better than this in terms of value.
The day is mine.
I'll kill you where you stand.
They make it too easy.
I don't think it's going to get much better than that in terms of value on a Burn and Pillage. Now, he still has a ton of cards in hand, and he's coming up on 8 Magicka, so the longer this game goes, the worse it is, but we really only have to sneak in a little bit more before Tazcad finishes it off. And we got a fair number of tools here, so...
My sword hand itches.
Alright. Slaughterfish is annoying. Alright, so we got you into likely Cliff Racer.
I'll kill you where
So
you stand.
it's gonna be you. It actually doesn't even have to be you into Cliff Racer necessarily. Could be you into Blood Dragon, because I don't want to pop the rune, I don't think, until next turn. I think that... Yeah, because either way I'm not getting... Well, no, I could Cliff Racer into the Courier and have that kill the other Slaughterfish just to slow it down that much further.
The forest
That's
will
the
not
right...
suffer your presence.
The right play, I think. I think it's... this here. This and the Cliff Racer. Just like that. Hey, Lucky! $15 was lower than I would like to have been, so I just wanted to kind of make sure that I established control of the board. Given that he's playing Scout, he's likely relying more on big taunts than he is board clears. So, by just clearing his board and having adequate enough threats, I'm more likely to ensure that Tazcad can finish the game next turn, which is the real goal here, so... Hey, Schwitty! Not much. Going to the dark side a bit, playing some Archer. Finally got tired of being lazy, and I crafted the other Kinsmen and Werebats that I needed, so that I could play an Archer build. I'm going with the Withered Hand Cultist Heavy version, so only spells I'm running are Burn and Pillage, so that in the Mage matchup I can rely on them. We just do this, and then Tazcad, so we don't have to worry about that last rune, right? GG.
Fine display.
Alright.